Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In today's lesson, we are going to consider what are the disadvantages of friction. So we think of disadvantages of friction. Okay, now mainly if you take moving vehicle parts, okay, when they rub with each other, say vehicle tire, the tire is rubbing with the road. Okay, so when the tire rubs with the road, the tire is wearing off, the tire's thickness is decreasing. After a couple of days, we have to replace it with a new tire. It's an additional expense for a person, waste of money. So this one disadvantage is wearing off of moving parts of machines and vehicles. Vehicles are also machines. That's one thing. Second thing, when there is a friction occurring in a machine, okay, it will consume more energy than less friction. When there is more friction, less friction. For example, in a motorcycle, there is a chain. The chain is moving. If you oil it, it will have less friction. If you don't oil it, it will have more friction. In that case, if you don't oil it, there will be, when you drive that bike, you have to spend more petrol. You have to spend more petrol. Understood? So the wearing off is one side and energy wastage is another one. Okay, so energy wastage will create you economical losses also. Same time, during the friction, heat will be generated, and that heat, okay, heat generation, it can damage the machine. Okay, that is another mistake. And sound will be generated, lots of sound. Okay, you have seen some places when vehicles make brakes, it creates a bigger sound. Why? Greater friction. So sound generation creates disturbances, right? So if it is the reason, wearing off of the moving parts of the machines and vehicles, energy wastage there, heat generation is done and it can damage the machine, and sound generation is done, that is creating disturbances. Then one person will think how to reduce the friction. Okay, so is high friction only causing these problems? No. So methods of reducing friction. Okay, one method of reducing friction is adding a lubricant. Adding a lubricant. Who can be used as lubricants? You can use oil as a lubricant. You can use grease as a lubricant, right? You can use boric powder. Boric powder they use in carom boards, okay, that is as using lubricant. You can use graphite powder as a lubricant. Okay, so depending on the place. Now if you can't put graphite powder on carom board, no, it won't stay long. You can't put boric powder to the bicycle chain, right? So depending on the place, we will decide what kind of lubricants are used. Okay, so these lubricants, okay, these lubricants stay between the surfaces and reduce the friction. Right. That is one method. The second method is using bearings. Okay, if you take these bearings, I'll show you the bearings. Okay, in normal word, mechanics used to call them as razor. Okay, so it is called bearing. The bearings are two types. One, it is ball bearings. Okay, ball bearing will appear in this way. Okay, if you take, this is the ball bearing. Sometimes it can have a cover. The balls are inside, the cover is there to prevent the ball going out. So here this is you draw this diagram: an outer wheel, an inner wheel. Between the two wheels there are balls, so it can rotate easily using the ball bearing. If you take a fan, okay, or a grinder or a washing machine, there's a motor rotating there. No? In those places they would have the ball bearing. There's another bearing there, another is called roll bearing. Okay, it's not very often we use roll bearing. It will look like a cylinder. Here there will be cylinders between the two surfaces. There will be cylinders. That is roll bearing. Okay, it's bit bigger one, right? So the point here is, using bearings you can reduce the friction. One, it is ball bearing, and other one is roll bearing. Okay, so ball bearing has steel balls between the surfaces, and roll bearing has steel cylinders between the surfaces. Okay. The third one, you can making the surface smooth. Okay, making the surface smooth. As an example, okay, making the wall of piston cylinder smooth. In vehicles there's a place called piston. This piston cylinder is made smooth to reduce the friction. Okay, my children, so today is that work for you. I am giving holidays today, so you have to work from this place, disadvantage of friction. So today you send me. Today I am giving you holiday. Tomorrow onwards, for 1 week, inshallah, I will not post any video, but I will be in touch with you, right? I will be in touch with you. Mainly I will inform you the details regarding my online class. I am going to directly conduct you. Okay, all the children who are in these groups have to participate in it. The payment methods and how, because I'm not going to meet you, I can't directly collect your payment. So what is the method I am going to follow to collect your payments? And all the systems, there'll be 1, 2, 3 options there. Okay, through those options I will do it, inshallah. So keep in touch. The group will be active, but no videos for 1 week. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.